After 20 years of living in Huntington Beach and showing properties from Seal Beach to San Clemente, I've walked every inch of Orange County's coastline, sometimes with my morning coffee or with my dog, and sometimes with clients dreaming of ocean views. Always grateful that I traded Western New York for Southern California. Hi, I'm Stefanucci with Coldwell Realty, and today I'm going to share my top 5 beaches in Orange County, not just to catch waves or get a tan, but the real info where locals park, when to avoid crowds, and which neighborhoods are worth the investment. Whether you're here for a week or looking to stay here forever like I did, these are the beaches that explain why Orange County is, well, Orange County. So let's go. And after 2 decades, I know all the shortcuts. The first one is Huntington Beach, which is near and dear to my heart. They call it Surf City, but you know, for the locals like me, it's just business as usual. Just get down to the sand. Orange County beaches run from Seal Beach all the way through to Newport. It's about 7 miles of sandy beach. You can see dolphins or sea life anywhere off the beach as you're walking on the bike path or up on the bluff or if you're on the pier. The best place to park, believe it or not, is in the 2 garages that are off of Main Street. They're very reasonable. They usually have ample parking across the street from the beach. Now, Dog Beach is toward the north part of Huntington Beach. It's great. Your animals love it. There's been so many dogs, as many as 200-300 dogs there on any given weekend day. You need to be watchful, but the animals are usually pretty friendly. The people are great. You can't beat walking in the water with your dog. Huntington has a lot of different activities for people who are visiting or who live here. Every Tuesday night we have the marketplace on Main Street. They shut down the street. During the summer we just had the U.S. Surfing Open for about a 10-day period, which was well attended. In the fall we have the Huntington Beach Air Show, which allows for the planes to fly literally over the pier, south along the stretch of sand, over the water. A lot of people come in their boats and they enjoy that. Or you can come hang out on the sand or on the bike path and you get an excellent view all the time. Parking again is going to be a little bit difficult, so I'm going to be parking up in some of the local neighborhoods and just taking that half a mile to a mile hike over to the beach. It's worth it. The good thing about Huntington Beach in regards to real estate is that you have a big mix of what is available. We have single-family homes with ocean views, $3-4 million. We have condos or townhouses also with ocean views, somewhere close to $1 million, $1.5 million. And then we have small mobile home parks. There's something for everybody, and if you walk a half a mile to a mile away from the beach, you find much, much more and great prices and great layouts, great neighborhoods. My favorite thing to do going down to the beach is to go do a stroll on the pier, come on back, and then head up Main Street. You can get coffee, you can get food, you can watch pretty much everything in some of the certain cafes and restaurants that run right along on Ocean Boulevard. Beach number 2 is Newport Beach. Now, what we have there is Balboa Peninsula, and that has the longest stretch of sand. You pass 2 piers, a lot of homes on one side of the pedestrian bike path. It's a little bit different from Huntington because we don't have cars or roads in the midst of where you're going, but it takes a bit to get there. It takes a bit to find parking, but there are 2 lots on the sand that are open to the public. Pretty reasonable, again, especially if you plan a day trip. One of the most renowned spots in Newport is the Wedge, and it's actually the very tip of the peninsula. You can walk down the sand if it's low tide, or you drive around through the community and park on the side street. Terrific circles go there only. Then, of course, we have all of our dogs, we have all of our kids, and again, you can see the dolphins, and once in a while you can even see a whale. One of the fun places to go if you have kids is the Balboa Fun Zone. They have some rides, they have an arcade, there are fast food places, there's places to sit down. The kids get to run around and see what they like. Of course, the beach by the piers, lots of green area, lots of places to run. I see a lot of people on bikes or their skateboards. Close to the Balboa Pier is the Dory Deli, the Dory Fish Market, and a few other restaurants that are a very popular hotspot for locals and for tourists. In that little area, you can get into the water with surfers or the like. Waves are okay, not terrible, so the kids don't get beat up too much, but that's also a good place to go people watching and have a Starbucks. The real estate in Newport is probably higher than most along the coast. Very desirable. Most of the properties have ocean views, and there's lots of homes along the Balboa Walkway. You can get something that's older. A lot of homes have been in the family for years and years. And then, of course, we have a lot of the new builds, and They are very modern with lots of windows and rooftop decks, so you just can't beat the view, especially the sunset. So beach number 3 is Corona del Mar. Corona del Mar is one of the more exclusive parts of Newport Beach, if there is such a thing. We've got expansive views of the ocean, lots of new builds, lots of rebuilt homes. Sky's the limit, just depends on how big and how new and the layout. So in Corona del Mar Beach, it's not as long or as deep as, say, Huntington or even Balboa. What we have behind me is an area that is a fun zone for kids. You can see all the little tents and lots of children down there because the water's a little bit more shallow here close to the sand. Years ago, the Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce used to have a sand sculpting competition, which was well attended by everybody in Newport Beach. It was a lot of fun and the place to go to on a busy weekend. We don't have a lot of surfers here, but it's because of the break wall and the way it's positioned. It's a little bit safer for kids that want to go out in the water, and if you don't want to be out in the water with them, they can get out there and you don't have to worry about them getting involved in an undertow. Number 4 is Laguna Beach, also known as the Artist Colony. Years ago, they used to come down to Laguna because of the rocky coast and paint. If you go to any gallery or to the Laguna Beach Art Museum, you'll see a lot of these paintings, portraits of the ocean, and you've got some very quaint old shops. The beach itself is not very big. It does have homes right on the sand. When you get to the main beach, there are basketball courts, there's a volleyball court. Another thing that Laguna is known for is their special events. They have the Pageant of the Masters, and then they have the Sawdust Festival. Both of them run during the summer months. And the Sawdust Festival in particular has a lot of craftsmen or artists, and they come in and they sell their wares. Entertainment, they have refreshments and easy parking. Now, the Pageant of the Masters is over at the concert venue. They have a show that runs for about a month. It's the same show every night, a different theme every year. It's amazing. You'll be watching and you'll see a guy and he's all in gold, and all of a sudden he'll move and you didn't know it was a real live person. A lot of people are fans. They go every year. I think if you see it once, you'll appreciate what it's all about. The other thing about Laguna is that it's kind of hilly. Walk up and down in the morning, get your coffee. It's worth it. The views are awesome. The last thing is if you get there around low tide in the morning or at night, you get to see the tide pools. They have some really incredible starfish, clams, sea anemones. One of the other features, and it's kind of the best kept secret, is Heisler Park. You get to it by going around the Laguna Beach Museum that's on PCH. It's just up the hill from Main Beach. It takes you around special pieces of sculpture positioned here and there. So relaxing, and it's just cool. It's not on the sand, but it's part of the culture down in Laguna. You'll enjoy it. Laguna Beach, as I mentioned, is a relatively old town. When you walk around in some of the residential neighborhoods, you're going to find that many of the homes are only 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. Traffic can be a little bit tricky. Now, beach number 5 is San Clemente. It's a Spanish village by the sea. San Clemente Beach is only about a mile long. Some of the highlights in San Clemente is that the pier is the longest wooden existing pier in California. San Clemente is known for its surfing because it's pretty much open. Now, the best known spot is Trestles, which is at the very far south end of the beach. It's like the wedge in Newport. They only go to certain beaches because the waves are the best, and they all know one another, and they hang out, and it's a whole community in itself. One other thing that you'll see in San Clemente is that the Amtrak has a station in the middle of town. It's an easy way for people from San Diego or LA to come in without driving and worrying about parking and going down onto the beach. This is a perfect place to go if you want quiet and you don't want to be involved in too many tourists rushing around from place to place. The San Clemente community is a lot of surfer types wandering around. The homes are older, well-maintained. I think a lot of people from San Diego have come up this way just to get away from all the traffic and the noise and the congestion that's happened down there over the last 10 years. San Clemente is known for older properties. And when I say older, turn of the century, most of them are on the bluff overlooking the beach, but they're set back because over time we've had a little slippage on the hillside there. So there you have it, 5 beaches, each with their own personality, each with their own reasons for you to fall in love with Orange County. After 20 years, I still discover something new on these beaches. A new coffee shop in Laguna, or just a perfect sunset from my home here in Huntington Beach. Here's what I know. Everyone has their perfect beach. Some need waves, some need nightlife. Others want tide pools and quiet coast. Some families need good schools and safe swimming. The beauty of Orange County is all here, 42 miles of it. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home in Orange County, whether it's beachfront, beach closer, and anywhere in between, I'd love to make that happen. Click the link below or give me a call anytime. I made that leap from Western New York snow to California over 20 years ago. And I've been helping others do the same thing. All I can tell you is that I never get tired of looking at the beach. Like and subscribe for more insider tours of the OC. See you out there.